many times have you looked at that kitchen and thought, "Oh my god, now I have to feed my family or I have to go and make something to eat," and you just dreaded it? Today, I'm going to do a cooking episode. The focus is going to be on cooking that will feed you for multiple meals. It's about changing how you look at the word batch cooking and how it applies to fibromyalgia. It's a very simple method, but you would be surprised at how diversified it can be. Welcome to Holistic Fibromyalgia Journeys. If you're living with a chronic illness or trying to understand one, you're in the right place. Here we focus on simple ways to make things a little more manageable. Up until now, I've been focusing more on understanding how things work rather than how to make changes in our daily lives to make things a little bit easier and more manageable with our fibromyalgia. Batch cooking, given with one simple cook, and then you can take that one simple thing and actually stretch it out for several meals. I'm starting with just a pat of butter, some frozen garlic, and some frozen onion. They're good flavor enhancers that if you get frozen, they're already pre-cut and they also last longer simply due to the fact that they're frozen. Once you have sweated the onions and the garlic, you could then look at the addition of ground meat. You can use beef, pork. I've chosen to use 500 grams of minced turkey. In fact, what I do is I do go to the reduced section. I find minced meat or ground meat that is on sale, and then I shove it in the freezer. Save money, save time. I added some salt. I put some more butter. I put some mushrooms. However, I do not have the stove on at this time while I work on portioning the meat. I'd go ahead and split up the meat into 4 Tupperware. 3 got put in the freezer, and one of them was used directly in this dish. I let them start sweating. After I had allowed the mushrooms to cook a little bit, I'd grab a bag of frozen cauliflower rice And then I let that steam a little bit by taking frozen cauliflower rice. You could drying it. It actually dries it out so that you get rid of some of the moisture. It's one of the things that makes frozen cauliflower rice really good. After the cauliflower rice started getting cooked, I added some salt. One hack I do use is I have a stool for when I'm cooking in the kitchen. It enables me to sit down rather than have to stand, which for my legs is kind of a requirement. If I stand too long, I tend to fall. So, adaptation at its finest. I added some garlic and onion powder. I don't use the salt version because it adds too much salt to the diet. Italian herbs, added in one portion of the mince, let it cook a little bit. Then I added in 2 tablespoons of mascarpone cheese. I like my sauces a lot thicker, so but if you like them thinner, you can also add in some heavy cream and let it start to the cheese start to melt. And I added in Parmesan cheese and some gran preta. And this is a one pot version of one meal that was made with the portioned mincemeat. This one will definitely be a lot lighter than quite a few of my things, simply because it's meant to be more fun. It's also very much intended to be used as an energy management tool. Everything I've done in this video has actually taken place over days. I did the batch cook on Monday, and I've basically turned that one batch cook into 4 days worth of meals. Only dinner, but they can also be used as lunches. And this in itself is one of the ways I make things easier for myself when it comes to dealing with my fibromyalgia, especially my flare days. One of the simplest things I do, which I know is not the best for me, is if I'm really hurting that day, if I can tolerate food at all, microwavable cup, throw a can of tomatoes in it, throw some spices, boil some pasta, stick the sauce in the microwave, and that's dinner. It's also easy to clean up after. It's less about doing everything at once and making that once stretch out for days. And I can adjust what I'm doing depending on how my energy is that day. The next video actually ties in really well to this one because it's all about pacing. Some of the methods that you can use to try and pace yourself and get done what has to be done while not throwing yourself into a massive flare. And it can be hard to do, especially if you feel the constant pressure from everyone around you telling you that you've got this to get this done. And it kind of goes a little bit into boundaries as well. Not only external boundaries, but internal, because you've got to pay attention to what your body tells you. If you haven't taken a look at my foundational series, there is a lot of information given in there that could possibly help you understand exactly what I'm trying to teach. What is simplest ways you have found to make cooking easier? Do you have any recipes that are good for you bad days? I want to thank you for being here. I also hope you have a much better week. If you find this content valuable, feel free to like this video. If you have somebody who is struggling with this illness, please feel free to share this video or this channel. I would really like to build a community where we support each other to try and make this illness a little less isolatory. Have a good day. I do want to add one thing. These videos are written from my own personal experiences, from my own research. They are not meant as a medical diagnosis. They're not meant as medical advice. I'm just trying to share ways that I've learned to deal with the illness from over 3 decades of experience.